I've heard that when it comes to picking the perfect watermelon, there's a few signs you're looking for. First off, it should feel heavy for its size, so I always pick it up, rotate it around, make sure there's no soft or mushy spots. And then one of the main indicators you're looking for is a field spot. It's where it's rested on the ground. The darker yellow it is means that it's ripened on the vine. So this one right here, this is a great example of a nice deep yellow field spot. And you're also looking for a lot of these scratch marks. You think they're scratches. Those are actually webbing. It's an indication that all the sugars have started to leach out of the watermelon, so it's going to be sweet. And then there's always the knock test. I haven't had the best luck figuring out a perfect watermelon just by knocking on it, but you do want it to feel dense inside, so not like a hollow sound. Guess that sounds great. Sounds great to me. Sounds delicious and juicy to me. So I wanted to check out these watermelons and see which one is the best. Based off of the signs and the indications, I think that the darker yellow spot is going to be good. It's nice and firm, it's a good even size, and it's really heavy for its size. Prettier isn't always better when picking a great watermelon. You're looking for actual signs of the field spot, the dark spot, the webbing, all the little scratches all over in those little dark spots. Those are all good indicators of a good watermelon. When it comes down to picking a great watermelon, you're actually looking for one that's ugly. An ugly watermelon will sometimes get you the best results. So let's get these open and see how they compare. Whenever I'm doing watermelon surgery, I always use a serrated knife. It's usually the biggest knife in your drawer. The little teeth also help get through it a lot easier. Oh, this is beautiful on the inside. But it is a little pale, a little white, so I'm interested to see how that one tastes. Now, let's cut open this one. I'm really excited about this one with the big yellow field spot. Always be careful when you're breaking open your watermelon. No matter how you're cutting your watermelon, I always just do 2 halves to start, and then you can do whatever method of slicing it up you want to after that. Unless you're carving a watermelon, that could be fun. This one, I think, looks so much better on the inside. Much more even color all around, not as white as this one. So I think I might be right. Just gonna cut a wedge from this one. Let's see what we got. That's a big wedge. This was a big watermelon. Okay, watermelon A, the one with the big sunspot. Very sweet, very juicy, and the perfect texture. Sometimes you get those mealy watermelons. This one's fantastic. Now let's try watermelon number 2. This one I'll cut into pops. These are going to be some big pops though. Let's see, because this was a nice and tall, long watermelon. So I'm going to do big pops. This is a fun way to cut watermelon. It's actually easier to eat, I feel like. The wedges always get caught in your cheeks. And there we go. We have all of our individual, whoa, huge watermelon pop. It's a monster. Both really good picks, but this one, the one without the deep yellow sunspot, is definitely a little less sweet. Great texture. Actually has a lot of flavor in it too, but lacking a little sweetness. But cool and refreshing on a warm summer day, this passes my test for sure. And of course, if you're not a fan of seeds, especially if I'm making drinks out of watermelons, like a watermelon lemonade or a watermelon syrup, I go for a seedless variety. It's a lot easier. You just cut it up and you can use the fruit right away versus trying to pick out all the seeds before using the fruit for your recipe. I like this wedge. It's not summer unless you're enjoying some delicious watermelon.